It's showtime.
bsandbeer Media in association with STWF TV, the podcasting network. We present to you BS and Bourbon. And now here's Craig and Dale.
Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? I am Dale. We're listening to the BS and Bourbon podcast, and I've got my friend Craig with me. Different state than he normally is in, but we'll make it work anyway. What's up, Craig?
What's up, man? I'm just putting the California back in California Cajun. That's all.
There you go.
Keep myself on brand.
And also today, Kyle is in the house. What's up, Kyle?
What's up, everybody?
All good, man. All right, let's start this thing off, man. I've got some peanut butter whiskey from Sheepdog. Yeah, Sheepdog. And it's right out the freezer, nice and cold. It's good stuff. How about you, Kyle? What you got today?
I'm still actually working on that same bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We got
Brothers Bond?
Brothers Bond.
Yes, sir.
It's those two dudes from Vampire Diaries that turns out they make a pretty damn good whiskey. So, and it's getting pretty low. I'm pretty sad.
It's worse when you say that.
Yeah, no, it's
the backstory makes it worse.
It's a high school teen movie, but whatever. I still watched it.
All right, Craig, what you got, man?
All right, so one of the few things I do love about California is the craft beer scene. This is Ballast Point's Sculpin. It is a 7% IPA. I have the box right here, a little bit of glare for you.
Okay.
Named after the stonefish because it has 7% and it's awesome. But it is one of the finest beers on here. It is made in San Diego County. Had it back when I lived in California. And it tastes great and it's real strong and everything. But how does it sound? Yeah, it sounds good. I'm gonna drink that one too, so I don't feel bad about having two open at once right now.
Nice.
Craig, never feel bad about that, man. This is BS and Beer Media, okay?
What I feel bad about is I didn't bring out one of the big steins. I have to go one at a time with a little glass,
Yeah. Bree, if you ever see some peanut butter whiskey on the shelf there, go ahead and grab it. I'm telling you, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
It's okay.
Yes. All right. Let's we're gonna start off the show with a little argument that me and Craig have been having about the recent past. And
it's not an argument. It's not an argument.
It's
okay.
Arguably so.
It's just a minor argument here. We're talking about a loss. Okay, Green Bay versus the Saints. And Craig said he's blaming Jameis Winston for that loss.
I am not blaming Jameis Winston for the loss completely. I am saying that if you had a halfway decent quarterback, a Joe Flacco or an Ian Book, you give me anyone who gets you in field goal range more than once in a second half, and you win that game and you make the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Kind of amending your argument a little bit, but fine. We can still go through it.
I'll double down. Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah. He lost us that game because if he gets us in field goal range one time other than at the very end, we have one more shot at it. We get one scoring drive.
Yeah. You're spot on with that. You're absolutely spot on with that.
Kind of
because
what do you have?
He only got us in field goal range one time. So yes, but let's go through the second half. Let's go through the possessions, and we can kind of see what's what happened, right? So his first possession was a Derek Carr possession. Okay, this is the one he got hurt on. 3rd down and 9. I still say he held the damn ball too long. This is where Gary hit him, and he was injured. That was his last play of the game, right? Okay, so at this point, there's like 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Okay, we get the ball back. And let's look at this drive. Winston pushes the ball to Juwan Johnson, 5 yards. Got a little Tony Jones action. Kendrick Miller did a little something in this game too. He got incomplete pass to Juwan Johnson. Then there's a penalty there for delay of game. This was when they were about to go for it. Not really go for it on 4th down. Looks like they were trying to do like a draw 'em off kind of thing, and it didn't work. And so they punted the ball. So that's what happened with that possession. Next possession, we get the ball. Tony Jones run for 1 yard. Shaheed, no gain. Jameis Winston, short pass to Mike Thomas, 7 yards. We punt the ball. Next possession. Let's see. Winston to Thomas, 14 yards.
Oh, man, they got a first down. Look at that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Then we get Taysom Hill run up the middle, 14 yards. But wait, that's a penalty. Mike Thomas, holding. All right. Then followed up after that.
Jameis throws it short of the sticks, throws it complete.
Jameis Winston sack. All right. Then we go short to Mike Thomas. We get close. Yeah. Incomplete. And then that's where you got to punt the ball again. Get the ball again. It's Jameis Winston, Mike Thomas. Penalty, treble penalty, 5 yards. Then the pass to Kalave, 8 yards. Then the incomplete pass. Now, this is my problem with Winston. He will pass deep on 3rd and 3 and is incomplete. That happens a lot. That's where he's faulted right there, in my opinion. That crap cannot keep happening, bro. All right. But so often we're seeing here penalties. And that's what happened in this game. It wasn't all Jameis Winston. Now, yes, I blame him. Damn 3rd and 3 incomplete deep shots. Yes. You get the blame for that, in my opinion. What's your thoughts, Kyle?
I mean, yeah, really move the sticks. Like, keep Jordan Love off the field. Like, this was like the first couple games Jordan Love was super hot. This is week 3, right? The first 2 games he's super hot. He's got back-to-back games, 3 touchdowns. Like, he had like all kinds of yardage. You need to keep him off the field and get him out of his rhythm. And what do we do in the first half? We did that fucking great. It was wonderful. And then second half comes around. We can't move the sticks. He's getting some momentum. He's getting his confidence back. For one, I don't blame Jameis. It's not his fault. But move the damn sticks, man. It's simple. Keep their offense off the field. Keep the momentum on your side, and we win that game. But here we are. Truthfully, let's point out the fact that Green Bay is the darlings of the NFL.
Yeah.
NFL as well
they
as
were aided.
Wanted them to win. So I'm not blaming Jameis. I'm going to blame Vegas. I'm going to blame the NFL. But that's just me. That's
the refs. The refs did aid Green Bay. They gave them a touchdown to make it like 17-11.
Yeah.
Well, 17-10. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm sorry, 17-9 actually, because the 2-point conversion afterwards. But that really aided them in getting that touchdown there. But it's 17-3 with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock in the 4th quarter.
Mm-hmm.
You think your defense can hold off that kind of lead, though?
Look, I'm hyperbolic because I think your quarterback should have scored 1 time to win that game, but the defense lost it, obviously. You can't give up 14 points in 8 minutes to lose a game that you had control of the whole time. That's on the defense.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm glad we could finish that argument, Craig. Let's get on with the show here, okay? All right. Who will be the pick at number 14? Now, this will be the pick. So you're really looking at what the Saints typically do and what you expect for them to do when the time comes around to make this pick. Kyle, let's start with you. What do you think will be the pick at 14 for the Saints?
Man, I just I feel like we're gonna go with someone who's just we're gonna reach, and I'm thinking like Byron Murphy might actually be my pick of who we're gonna go for. Which he's between him and that guy it's Johnny Newton's the guy from Illinois those are the two best, defensive tackles. People are going back and forth who would actually be the number one out of those two. I'm thinking the guy from Texas, Byron Murphy, will be our pick. I ran a couple simulations, and it looks like, at 14, this is interesting. One of the times I ran the simulation, Dallas Turner was still on the board at 14.
Wow.
At 14.
Okay.
I don't know how it's just a simulation.
Yeah.
NFL Pro Football, whatever website. Just one of them, but he was available. And then you got guys like Jared Verse, the guy from UCLA. I don't know how to say his Latu something.
No one can say his name.
Yeah, but Craig brought up that guy's injury prone, and that's really not what we want to hear. I don't know. I feel like we'll take the best D tackle on the board, which on this one it's like 22. He's like number 22 overall, so that's a huge reach. I actually kind of like the guy from Toledo. He's the number one cornerback, and both times I ran the simulation, he's sitting there at 14.
Okay.
No one's taking a cornerback in either one of those. I don't know if that's really just because cornerback's not a need this year, or is it just, there really aren't any, there's no Sauce Gardner on the board. So I don't know. I would not mind.
If you're taking a corner at 14, you better ship out Marshawn Lattimore.
You
just don't need that many corners.
I don't feel like we have enough. It has,
so on the outside guys, you got Lattimore, Adebo, and Taylor's an outside guy trying to play slot. So you have 3 starting caliber outside corners. You want to have 4 starting outside corners to fill 2 spots?
I don't know if Lattimore's the guy we ship out, though. I don't
Lattimore's
know.
the disgruntled one with the contract. So you're going to
true.
ship out a guy on the
That's
5th
true,
year
but
of his rookie
he's
deal,
also, he's got that star power. So, but yeah,
that means you're going to get more for him. You're not going to get as much trading for Adebo.
That could be an option, though. If we ship out Lattimore and take this guy from Toledo, I think he's like one of the most underrated guys on this board for sure. They got him 16 overall. I feel like he's better than that. So,
okay.
Man, I came in here completely prepared for all of Dale's shenanigans about talking about LSU players. I saw he slipped an LSU player in that graphic right there.
You see him right there.
I was prepared for massive amounts of stupidity, but I just couldn't deal with the amount of stupidity my own brother had to bring to the show.
Brian Thomas is on the board. Both simulations I ran, Brian Thomas is sitting
tackle or
right
end. It's tackle or end. If you do anything but tackle or end, it's a huge gamble. It's got to be one of the F's. What do we call them? Fashanu, Foatu, and blah, 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 blah. One of those 3 guys is your guy. Probably the guy from Washington because he's the one who can guard.
I like to gamble. I love to gamble. Let's take this gamble. Pick the best corner. If he's still there at 14 and he's the best cornerback in the draft, man.
Here's what I'm thinking. What I think the Saints will do is draft an offensive tackle. The best one that fits them, probably the Penn State guy if he's there.
Yeah, this guy I got on the graphic here, huh?
Yeah. Exactly. The only problem for me is if Turner is there, and the Bleacher Report did a draft.
Bleacher Report.
He's freezing.
Yeah,
he's frozen.
Frozen in time
today that had Turner.
Okay.
So I'm gonna drink till.
Yeah. There you go. That's the right answer, Craig. Just
drink. Am I back? Yes, okay. I'm back. If Bowers is there, I take Bowers. If Dallas Turner, I drink for the show.
I'm not drafting Peyton Turner.
Dallas Turner's there, I probably take him. I probably take Dallas Turner. I probably take Brock Bowers over needs. If it's not one of those 2 guys, it has to be tackle.
Okay. I think
both of them need it.
Yeah, I think the Saints will end up picking this tackle from Penn State as well. I just believe that's the route we're going to end up taking. I'm not saying I'll be, really upset with it, but at this point, if you're bringing him in to play left tackle, then at that point, Craig, I think the Saints are admitting to the fact that Trevor Penning is a bust. Would you be willing to admit
he's coming in for left tackle? Maybe he's coming to replace our all pro right tackle that we just lost.
We had, yeah. I mean, do
You
we
need
know where
both of them.
we're at with that? Like, do we have any confirmation that
You
he's
gotta
not?
you gotta prepare like he's not going to be there. Right now, you have to act like he will. If he's there, cool, awesome. If he's not, you have to plan for that. To me, you
I'm
bring
with
in the two best guys. You let Penning earn the job at left. If he earns the job, cool. If he doesn't, he's gone, and then you've got one spot settled with a new guy. Otherwise, a perfect world, you draft this guy, he plays right tackle, Penning develops, and you got your tackles for 10 years. That's the perfect scenario.
Mhm.
You can't bet on that either. You got to bring in as much talent as you can and hope that somebody breaks through.
Okay.
And,
So
and
then
maybe
let me
Landon Young can play right. Maybe Cam Irving can play right. I mean, you can fix one of them. You can scheme one of them, but you need one of them to be solid.
no. So Landon Young was part of the problem with that Green Bay game. Okay.
Yeah,
They brought him in for the jumbo tackle,
Ugh.
and he got beat around the right end like a drum. Okay.
Yeah, and then he threw deep on 3rd and 3 on a game-winning drive potentially. Oh no, that was Jameis again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People want to like Jameis because he threw a bunch of deep balls against prevent defense in Minnesota. Oh, look, he's bringing us back. No, he threw a bunch of deep balls against a prevent defense and ended up with 2 picks. No, god damn it. This whole Jameis Winston thing needs to be done with. He's in Cleveland. Fuck off.
Yeah, he's dead to us. We're good. He's completely dead to us. So,
Oh, god, I'm not drunk enough for this, but I'm getting there.
So let's switch up the question a little bit. And I want to know who should be the pick at 14. So you're in charge. You have the right to pull the trigger here. Kyle, what will you do?
well, yeah, I do like the guy from Toledo, the corner. That's a gamble. We don't need the corner. Craig's right in that aspect, but you do bring up a good point, Lattimore. Who knows what he's going to do? He is disgruntled. He doesn't really want to be there. He's kind of up in the air. So that could be one thing. I feel like Dallas Turner, if he's on the board, there's no question that he's our pick. That is not even like I'm blown away that one of these simulations actually has him at 14 when it says he's 10 overall, which I don't agree with. I'd have him in the top 6, 7 maybe. I don't know. He's definitely one of those players.
There's so many quarterbacks that he's getting pushed down a little bit because of all the quarterback need.
Yeah. They're putting McCarthy up in the top. Like, what the? Okay. Seriously?
Can you imagine?
McCarthy's highlight tape is him handing the ball off to Blake Corum. So
hey,
started.
He could play. He could play for San Francisco because he hands the ball off really well.
Yes, exactly. I think if it's me, on both of my boards, sitting right there, Jared Verse, Florida State edge rusher.
I like Verse.
Verse he's just a monster. I remember playing, week 1 against LSU, he dominated, completely wrecked our game plan. He's one of those guys that kind of just causes like pure chaos, and we need that. So I'd go Verse. You'd love to see Brian Thomas. That's great and all. But I really don't want to see us take a wide out. So I would say Jared Verse would be up there as one of my picks. The guy from Toledo, Quentin Mitchell. And then we could go Mims, the offensive tackle out of Georgia, is not a terrible pick too. He's on the board both times. They got him at
kind of a reach if you're going to take Mims.
Well, they got him 18th overall. The only ones higher than him are it's like Fuaga, the guy out of Oregon State, and then they got the guy from Washington, Fontenot.
I like Fontenot from Washington because he can play guard too. Basically, he could start at any of the 3 holes we have right now. He's
for sure a lot more athletic. Mims is just so massive. I feel like that guy from Washington's smaller, and that's why he fits.
That's why he can play guard.
That's why he's so versatile. But I don't know, man.
I will say, if your idea is to try Penning and put some effort into Penning at left, and you're thinking about replacing Ram on right.
Okay.
Yeah, what he said.
I like to keep us on the edge.
Mims is a more natural right to Maul or.
He loves to keep us on the edge there,
I know.
It's probably like the secrets to like world peace and stuff.
I do think we should throw in Chop Robinson should be included on this. I don't know what Craig's thinking, but Chop Robinson's definitely a guy that should be included.
Okay. Oh, Craig, you're back.
Yeah, Craig, we didn't actually get who your pick was. Who were you saying? Oh, spinning. Damn you and your California ways.
So I will say, if it's me pulling the trigger, that guy right there in purple and number 11, that's my pick. Okay. All I've seen from this dude is making plays. Saints love Raz gods. This guy has like a 9 Raz. Okay. All right. The guy
made plays against number 2 corners, getting passes from a Heisman winner.
Say whatever you want. All I know is this kid made plays all game long. He led the NFL. I'm sorry, the NCAA in like touchdowns. It was, look, the guy's phenomenal, man. He's got the height, he's got the speed, he's got the size. To me, his ceiling is so much higher than what he's done at LSU. He could be, name a top receiver in the NFL. I mean, the guy can be that guy. So, in my opinion.
So, the guy who wasn't the best receiver on his own team, who was playing against number 2 corners, getting passes from the best passer
against number 2 corners, that's junk.
Is going to be better.
That's junk. Okay.
Why is it? How is that junk?
Because it's junk. he
goes
whoever lines up
on his own college team.
I'm not denying he wasn't a second option at LSU. That's fine. I mean, look, Justin Jefferson was the second option at LSU. Like, are we really going to talk about second options at LSU? Come on. I'm not going to kill a kid for that.
Malik Neighbors ain't Jamar Chase neither. I mean, like, he's second option behind. Who knew who Neighbors was before this season?
Me?
Yeah, I mean, like, you watch
LSU.
Yeah, you, because you up the ass of what is Brian Kelly? I'm drunk.
No, look, when LSU receivers get an opportunity, they play ball, and the previous number 1 guy left. Malik Neighbors stepped up. That's the way it goes at LSU. That's just the way it goes. So. No rebuttal on that, Chris?
No. He knows. No,
I get tired of talking to a wall. Look, if Bowers is there at 14, I'd take him because I think it's a generational guy.
Okay.
You don't have a Bowers every season. You get starting tackles every year. You get starting wide receivers every year.
What is he?
You get pass
What's
rushers
the
every
overall
year.
for Bowers?
But I probably would take Bowers.
Well, like his RAS score?
What's a RAS score?
Oh, it's what the Saints
relative athletic score. It's what the Saints use to pick their players. So the only problem I have with Bowers is a lot of his highlights are breaking tackles against Atlantic Coast Conference defensive backs, and he's not going to play any of those pretty soon. So it might be a little bit of he was a man among boys, and now he's going to play with other men. It makes it harder. But it looks like he gets open. He's so quick. He's good after the catch. You don't get tight ends like that every day. And if he's there, I'd probably roll the dice on that.
I'm very confused. Brock Bowers went to Georgia.
Yep.
So you're saying
their out-of-conference schedule is garbage.
Are only from when he plays non-conference opponents?
I didn't say only. Fool, shoot. I was doing some research for this show, and a lot of the plays he makes were breaking tackles on corners that are.
I've been doing research for the show as well, watching football. Okay, and he has torched SEC teams.
Yes,
I'm not talking about Missouri.
Because you want to draft a corner from Toledo, so shove it.
Yeah, he's the best cornerback on the board, and if he's still
because
there,
of Toledo's schedule. Who is Toledo playing that he's locking down?
That's true. I will make the argument that we need, like as opposed to the guy from Washington, I like Mims from Georgia because he's a big brawler and he's played against SEC schools instead of the formerly Pac-12 schools. So I get that. But like if you watch tape on this guy, and I have, it's like phenomenal. And by the way, Sauce Gardner is one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. He played at Cincinnati. So Cornerback, I feel
All
like
right.
is one of those
You
positions.
you draft your corner from Toledo. Where does he play next year?
It depends. I mean, which
Adebo
one
is
of
the
our
best player
which
on
one of
hold
our
on.
cornerbacks limps off the field
Adebo
first? Which one?
Adebo is the best
Let me
player
know.
on defense
Let
last
me
year.
know because
Marshawn
we
Lattimore's an
have
all-pro.
a problem with our DBs staying healthy. Every single year I've been alive. Every single one. So I don't even
So
want
you're
to
going to plan for an injury, but week 1, you're using your 14th pick for a guy to sit on the bench. Adebo was our best defensive player last year, and Marshawn Lattimore's an all-pro. Which one are you benching for your 14th overall pick?
So Lattimore's on our team. Him and Kamara are sticking around, and they're sticking through.
He's on the team this year. I mean, are you gonna have a guy sit for a year like a quarterback, but it's a corner instead?
No, but he's going to get playing
year?
time, and he's going to earn his spot, and he's going to beat out Alontae Taylor. He's going to beat out Adebo. Adebo was great last year, sure, because he's in Dennis Allen's defense, not because he's a great player. I love Adebo. He's been good for us, but is he really a great player?
I mean, I don't know if he's great, but he had a good season last year, and so
I don't know if he's great either. That's what
I'm willing to
exactly
roll with him next year to see what happens. For sure, he's a start. He's going to start the corner next year.
Yeah, we think so. There's training camp. There's God only knows what we're going to do in this draft. We might not even have Lattimore. He might get traded away, and we might get a second, third round pick, something stupid. It's going to be ridiculous to see what actually happens when our week 1, defensive backfield actually lines up out there. God only knows. So, and Craig, you want to talk about that generational player and Brock Bowers? That's my point. That's literally what I'm saying is Quentin Mitchell from Toledo is one of those guys. He's Sauce Gardner from Cincinnati. So.
Right. Yeah, I will not go that far with that guy from Toledo, because if we draft somebody from Toledo first, I'm gonna go nuts because I'm not with that small school
I can
stuff.
talk myself into a lot. I'm an eternal optimist about the Saints, but if we pick a corner from Toledo at 14, when we have holes at 3 offensive line spots, at defensive end, at defensive tackle, and a hole at tight end, and a hole at backup wide receiver, if you pick a corner at 14, I'm going to be very disappointed. That's all there is. I don't care who it is. Because if he's an elite corner, he's replacing an elite corner. Because Adebo was elite last year and Lattimore was elite before that. So you're not making the team any better by putting a different elite player in a spot that we were already elite at.
We don't know that yet. We do not know what our week 1 line is going to be. So you can say it all you want. I'm just saying.
I'm not talking about week 1. I'm talking about from last year to this year. We had an elite player in Paulson Adebo and a normally elite player in Marshawn Lattimore expected to be on the team. So either way, you're going from 2 elite players to hopefully 2 elite players again. You're not making the team better. You're just replacing something you already have.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Correct. Yeah. Argue your point. I get it. Whatever.
All right. Let's go ahead and take a quick break here. We'll come back. We got a couple more questions here to discuss. We'll be right back.
Join STWF TV for the draft, hosted by The Parlay. Enjoy the fun and join in the conversation.
This is an emergency message. Stop what you're doing and hit the like button. Also comment and subscribe. Thank you. We now return you to your program.
BS and
hand
Bourbon
icon is creepy. You ever notice that? It's like the hand from those the X-Files intro, the little. Anybody know what I'm talking about? It's creepy. It spooks me out. Just letting you know that.
It gets your attention. That's what it's supposed to do. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
BS and Bourbon, we are back. We are discussing the Saints. And let's get to our next question. Who will break out in 2024? We just discussed Adebo, and I thought last year was a breakout season for him. But maybe you're not impressed by Adebo. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know. It's really Dennis Allen's defense to me.
Okay.
It's not.
And why add a corner to it? What are you talking about, man?
System corner, baby.
Dude, I really wish I would have brought up Cooper DeJean, what's his name? Cooper DeJean, the white cornerback from Iowa. Man, Craig, you would have lost
No.
your cool.
Hard
You would have
pass.
lost it. You would have lost it.
Hard pass.
By the way, how long do we think Dennis Allen's actually going to be here?
Well,
This might have been for another topic, but I almost guarantee he doesn't get fired this year.
wow.
I would
I'm
make a
not,
beer bet on. I would make a beer bet that he is the coach year after this one.
I'm not gonna say he's safe. You know, it all depends on what happens this year.
It would have to it would have to collapse. If we win like 6 games, he stays, and I think that's the floor for this team.
In my opinion, like we're doing this soft kind of reset thing because we've been spending money like crazy, and we haven't gotten the results that we need to get if we're gonna be spending money like that. And so with the step back, I can kind of see how people will say, you know, Dennis Allen might get another year because we're trying to do this reset thing. But I don't really like that. I think the expectations are going to be what they are going to be. And if he doesn't produce this season, if we take a step back, I expect him to be gone.
Yeah, I mean,
they just got him a whole new offensive staff. Like every coach on offense is new. They got more cap going into next year than they have this year. It looks like a long-term thing. It doesn't look like okay, put your chips on the table.
Okay. Well, what do you think about maybe Alontae Taylor breaking out at cornerback, Kyle?
I mean, yeah, Taylor, it seems like he's that guy that could be coming up. I'm still going to argue the same point. Like I know corner is not a need. I just feel like you can never have enough defensive backs, especially you got a guy like Kirk Cousins coming into your division. Baker Mayfield was torching people last year. Baker, I don't know if that's going to last. I feel like it was kind of like a one-hit wonder type deal. We'll see.
It's possible. You got paid though.
You got some super duper, passers in your league, in your division. I feel like it's kind of, I'll argue that to the end. But like the obvious answer here, who will break out in 24? He's right on the board. Kendra Miller. Like there's no way
Thank
it's
you.
not. It
Thank
is not
you.
like that is like such an easy answer. You could not ask us an easier question. Kendra Miller is that breakout player. He needs to get the touches. If he gets them, he's the easy answer. That is too easy for me.
So tell me, Kyle, how confident are you in that? Because Craig went so far as to make a beer bet with me.
Sure did.
Kendra
Let's
Miller,
get it on camera. Get it official.
Kendra Miller, 1,000 yards guaranteed from Craig.
Oh my God, 1,000
rushing, 1,000 yards rushing.
1,000 yards rushing, not even all purpose, rushing.
That is ridiculous.
That's what I said. So yeah, I took that beer bet for sure. There's no way he's gonna get 1,000 yards rushing. I don't think even AK did that so far. So
that is so tough, especially in the offense we're gonna run.
Right.
Wow.
It's a run heavy offense. He only needs 59 a game. 59 a game and stay healthy.
There we go.
And stay healthy.
Stay healthy, huh?
Worries me like no other.
There we go, Craig. I love this optimism. Okay.
Swinging for the fences.
All right. Oh man. I don't think there's any way. I did see Kendra Miller make some plays in that Green Bay game because I just rewatched it. That was encouraging. So he was ready for week number 1. So I just know he's going to get hurt. That's what he does, Craig. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Sometimes a player tells you who they are, and you just gotta believe it. All right, that's what it is, Craig.
I mean, we knew this heading into drafting him, didn't we? I mean, he was injured, the season before, and
he missed the national championship game.
Yeah, it's like, dude, what?
But we expected the need to get healthy, and not last the entire season. That crap lasted a long time.
Yeah.
So, all right, our last question here. we got to rank the NFC South pre-draft and post-draft. So I will say right now, for my NFC South rankings right now, probably Tampa, Atlanta, New Orleans, Carolina. What do you think, Kyle?
Having technical difficulties. Man, you really expect me to not put the Saints one?
I mean, pre-draft. I mean, this is the roster as it is right now. You're saying the number one?
Pre-draft, post-draft, week 1, Saints at 1, Falcons at 2, Tampa at 2. I don't know. I guess the division runs through Tampa. You win the division, you're the defending champs.
Yes.
I get that, but I mean, in the last 2 seasons, we've had Atlanta spend 180 on a quarterback, and we spent 150. So we're looking at like $300 million plus on quarterbacks between those 2 teams. How much did Baker actually get? It wasn't a huge contract. It was not
50 a year, right?
It was something like mediocre type. I mean, he played really well and he deserves some money. I get that. It definitely wasn't any type Derek Carr or Kirk Cousins contract. Not even close. I know that as much. So that, I don't know. I really feel like the Saints are still number 1. And then we have the Panthers at 4. And then you can mix and match 2 and 3.
Okay, Baker got $40 million fully guaranteed.
That's pretty. It's not nothing to laugh at.
It's really a 3-year deal, 2 void years on it.
$40 million guaranteed. How much was the total?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out now. But that's his fully guaranteed money, $40 million. So,
yeah, I'm still thinking with
3 years, $100 million. That's what's total.
3 years, $100 million. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Atlanta and Tampa are interchangeable. You got the Saints at 1, you got the Panthers at 4, and then it's tough. I feel like that's kind of could go either way. I really feel like the Saints can win the division though.
Okay.
And that's it's biased, it's optimistic. I get that, but at the same time, we've seen all kinds of stuff going on in this division. Who would have thought coming in Baker Mayfield was going to be an NFC South champion last year? So
yeah. All right, Craig, what's your pre-draft NFC South rankings?
I am positioned by a door to try to get some better internet so I can spit some out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So the pre-draft is fun because it's all on paper. None of this matters.
Yeah.
This is all just paper tigers. So Atlanta's got the best roster on paper right now.
Okay.
The problem with Atlanta is that it has at the top of their paper, it says Atlanta Falcons, which means they will fail eventually. It doesn't, I don't know when, but it will happen.
Yes.
Yes. I think Tampa took a step backwards. They got weak in a lot of places. They put a lot of money into a quarterback that I don't think can recreate his success. I think it's Falcons, Saints, Bucs, and like a chasm, and then the Panthers. They somehow got worse this year. Unless their quarterback turns a corner, they're worse, and they were terrible. I don't know how they did it, but they've concocted in a government lab the most mid assortment of guys to make the worst team possible, and I am all for it. So I go Falcons, I go Saints, and we'll go from there.
Now, what about post draft, and what would need to happen to shake?
Well, we didn't
some
draft
of these things
yet.
up?
We didn't draft yet. No.
But what do you think?
I think if we nail that, the 2 picks are really going to make the draft for us. So we need a tackle at one of those spots, and we need an impact player at the other, whether it's a pass rusher or a pass catcher. You need a tackle and a pass something, catcher, rusher, whatever. If we get to those 2 guys, like say we come out of with Bowers and a second round offensive tackle from Stanford, okay, Yeah, no, I would put the Saints up there. I think this offensive philosophy is going to fit with our personnel better than our last one.
Right.
I think that Carr can succeed in it. I think Kendre Miller is going to explode. I think Alvin Kamara is going to be a monster in this offense when he gets to find those seams that he's so good at. I feel really good about the team. I'm over optimistic. I pump sunshine. I drink too much. All these things, but I think the Saints are going to be really good this year. And post draft, give me the Saints one because the Falcons will fuck their pickup. We know that. Draft another Kyle Pitts.
If the Saints can get an impact receiver, if the Saints can shore up this offensive line, just give me a prospect, another prospect on the defensive line, and I'm good. I'll be happy.
Oh, do you think we can get that tackle from Texas? Did he fall down far enough for us to get him late?
Sweat. Yes, with DUI.
Ryan Murphy.
No, the other one, the big one.
Let's get him in the 5th.
Yeah, he got a DUI.
We'll pay his bail.
Past week. And so yeah, I think he's going to drop a lot, and so I'd love to grab him.
Yeah, we'll pay his bail and we'll get him in the 5th.
Yeah, just keep him away from the drive-through daiquiri shops. Would be all right.
They're everywhere. Not out here.
Yeah, you're gonna miss the drive-through daiquiri shops, Craig.
The daiquiri shop
out here.
You're gonna miss those in Cali, bro. You're gonna miss those. All right. Well, Craig, what's the best thing about being back in Cali?
The beer?
The beer.
No, the beer and the weather. Louisiana is getting dumped on right now, and I've got blue skies. It's like 75 outside. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's good stuff for sure, man.
Mm-hmm.
But Kyle got you some nice crawfish before you left. I hope you will enjoy your memories of being in Louisiana.
No, I missed it already. I'll be back. I'll be back for a Saints game or two this year. Don't worry.
There we go. But Saints training camp is coming your way, and so
I'm gonna have some live reporting for the channel. We're gonna do some videos down there. It's gonna be good.
Yes, gonna be relying on you for on the field coverage.
Basically, we're still in our kind of like off-season mode. As soon as the draft happens and we get to camp, we're gonna have videos about all kinds of crap on this channel. We're gonna be talking about camp. We're gonna be doing our cold ones challenge. We're gonna be getting ready for the beer run coming back when the season starts. Like we're gonna get this channel going again. We're resting. We're hibernating like a mighty grizzly bear.
Well, you are hibernating. Okay, us over here.
Not all of us watch wrestling, Dale.
Okay, we're in WrestleMania season. Okay, WrestleMania just happened. All of y'all tune in to Best in the World podcast, hosted by you. Okay.
If you can explain to me how wrestling is different than The Bachelor, then I'll watch. But they're basically the same thing. A bunch of pretty people pretending.
Okay, sure. It's fine. No problems with that. But
okay, all right.
I tell you,
you agree, so I'll watch. It's fine.
The WWE is so much more entertaining. I'll tell you that much. Okay. And there are 202,000 people who bought tickets to an event this past weekend, sometime this past weekend, that will agree with me. Thank you.
Okay, but The Bachelor's been on for a long time. I don't know. I feel like they're complementary shows. Maybe we can do a double feature.
Think about it. Wrestling is the show that you used to like as a kid, and it's still on TV today.
I don't know. I like those ice creams that they had with it's like the Stone Cold Steve Austin ice cream that the ice cream truck driver went. Yeah, I did like those. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I only remember like the SpongeBob and the Pink Panther ice creams.
Yeah, those were good too.
Yeah.
And we are all the way off the wall here. Okay, man. Well, that's wrapping up our show this week. We appreciate everybody for joining us. And join us again when we talk some more Saints on BS and Bourbon. So we'll see y'all later. Who dat?
Remember to follow us on social media at bsnbeer Media. Also, smash the like button on YouTube and share with friends.